Everyone loves to buy Apple products. If you were given a choice between investing $300 in a startup or buying Apple AirPods, you would go for AirPods. But why is it? Yes, it's their strong consumer influence. A strategic lesson that transcends products sits beneath the elegant facade and cutting-edge technology. In this video, we will discover how Apple uses innovative strategies to shape desires, redefine necessities, and leave your wallet lighter. Let's get into it. The Apple Vision Pro represents a huge technological improvement, one of the most significant jumps in history. However, with a price tag of $3,500, obtaining one may be difficult for many. While this may appear to be a mistake on Apple's part, it is part of a bigger strategy that has catapulted the business to dominance, routinely surpassing competitors. Apple has executed this plan expertly, successfully altering consumer attitudes over time. The concept of a headset generating a virtual world has attracted corporations for decades in the field of virtual reality. But the industry has struggled to achieve traction among customers due to expensive development costs and the novelty of virtual reality. Apple's Vision Pro stands apart by challenging the status quo and continuing the company's record of shaking up established industries. Unlike many VR systems that require a complex external setup, the Vision Pro is self-contained, requiring no additional iPads, MacBooks, or iMacs. This functionality turns it into an all-in-one virtual workspace or entertainment device with no spatial limits, distinguishing it from the competition. While the $3,500 price tag may appear costly, especially in comparison to other impressive items such as MacBooks, it is consistent with Apple's historical policy. Rather than appearing to be a niche prototype, this purposeful pricing strategy is a continuation of Steve Jobs' original vision, emphasizing the brand's dedication to innovation and distinguishing the Vision Pro in a competitive market. Today, it uses this to deceive your brain without your knowledge. But let's travel back in time. Apple was the first firm to be valued at $1 trillion, owing to its brand and ability to maintain tremendous profit margins even with new pricey technology. Most of Apple's prior products have followed a similar theme, a strategy that has allowed Apple to dominate each of these marketplaces despite their size. The 2007 iPhone, which changed the phone, was expensive and far from the first idea in each industry. Even though it was not the first touchscreen device, the iPhone was approachable, had no frills, and provided a strong core experience with a powerful processor. It was released at two price points. The 4GB model costs $499, while the 8GB model costs $599. The models will be important later, but for now, let's focus on the pricing. Customers waited for miles to get their hands on the iPhone, even though it was not the first touch phone. Other Apple goods, such as the Apple Watch, began at $549 for the base model and increased to $10,000. New technology should become known and widely used over time. Products and manufacturing are related. High startup costs. Selling these new items at an inexpensive price right away would mean a long path to profitability. So Apple adopted a practice known as skimming, in which new technology is priced excessively high to cover initial expenditures. This lets Apple quickly reach break-even through high prices instead of mass sales. However, these high prices are important because they are usually linked with one thing: quality. Introducing new flash drives communicates effectively. Consider this high-end item. Lamborghini may construct a cheaper version for the average customer in the short term to reach more people and make more money, but the damage to their premium exclusive brand would be enormous. Long-term brand image is more important than short-term cash flow, and these premium connotations communicate to consumers that Apple products are superior to competitors. Apple's exorbitant prices always have an impact. Everyone gasped and gawked when the Vision Pro was released, and it's not the first time Apple has revealed a hefty price tag. Remember the wheels for the Mac Pro that are a staggering $800? Or how about $1,000 for the Pro stand, not the display, just the middle stand? Yeah, Apple loves these shock value price points, not only for the expensive but also for the debate. Whenever a new product line is released, everyone takes to social media to discuss it. Thousands of tweets, and the majority of them are simply focused on the price point. It generates great buzz, sure, But how does Apple have a premium reputation when everyone has an iPhone, which hardly qualifies as a brand based on status and exclusivity? Apple adopted the skimming method when releasing a product to save profit margins. However, this strategy evolves, often substantially, to capture as much of the market as possible. This is where things get interesting and the secret Apple uses to secure your wallet. If we look back at the earlier examples, you may have noticed that the iPhone was released with 2 price points, and this sounds pretty familiar. It seems like every phone on the market now has multiple variants with more storage, an S version, an Excel version, and pretty much every other letter of the alphabet. Many business strategists refer to the price ladder as a psychological strategy, which explains why it is so powerful. Apple exploits the perception of higher value to fool your brain into spending more. Apple is the king of the ladder price strategy, and it's how they manage to capture such an astronomical market share while still retaining that gleaming premium brand image. As you probably know, new Apple products don't stay in this unaffordable status for long. Every new generation of these products, be it the iPhone, iPad, Apple Watch, and so on, has a vast variety of distinct items within them. Okay, but how does this function? Well, most customers spend a significant amount of time in what is known as the customer journey, which is a process of psychological decision-making rationale and a bit of cognitive bias in every product in every business. Whether it's candy or dozens of steps for large purchases like a new car, one thing is certain. As the price rises, so does the time spent rationalizing a purchasing choice. Let's say you want to buy a new phone, and you have a standard income like most of us. Before you buy a new phone, you will need to think about your personal needs, research and compare different phones on the market, social factors like what phones your friends use and recommend, and price. All of these things are done to make sure that your needs are met by the best phone available, the best value for money. Apple understands this and has methodically plotted out every step for every type of consumer, using this to fool you into thinking you're getting a good deal when you buy their products. The iPhone 14 is available in a range of price points ranging from $430 to $1,000. Apple offers an actual value ladder for each product that leads you as high as you're willing to go. The base product includes most of the capability, but each version up the ladder is just somewhat better than the one before it. List comparative features such as battery life, camera megapixels, and screen size that get incrementally better with each variant to push your preference toward the price explosion. It probably wouldn't change Apple's profit margin too much if they gave the cheapest iPhone the same battery life as the more expensive option. But they do it to edge you towards the pricier models, subtly inclining you to spend more than you originally planned. Profit from every consumer segment. Okay, but how do they keep their premium and exclusive brand image if they have so many customers? To answer this question, we must take a step back and examine Apple as a whole. Each of these goods has something in common. They all relate to Apple's overall reputation. A corporation that has spent a decade establishing a specific connotation that may sound absurd but is true. Apple is for individuals who want to stand out in thousands of studies. People will pay more for the same product if it has the logo of a familiar brand. All Apple products carry a familiar, sleek, and standout design that communicates an identity and an image of creativity and independence amongst a sea of competitors. That's why people will pay more for an Apple product that may even have fewer features or value than another product. This is common knowledge, but when Steve Jobs returned to a struggling Apple in 1997, he eliminated 2/3 of the company's operations and projects because they did not correspond with the Apple brand identity we know today. To quote Jobs, the products no longer had sex. Apple products must be groundbreaking to be considered Apple products, which is why there are some markets or items that they will never enter or release since they cannot shake up the industry and offer a standout experience. Allows Apple to keep such an iconic brand image even when offering low-cost product options in the Atlantis strategy. The Vision Pro is no exception. Surprisingly, the concept of this product is not a new idea for Apple, but one that has been in the pipeline for many years, as far back as 2007, and was discussed as an idea by Steve Jobs. As we reveal the complexities of Apple's consumer influence, arm yourself with knowledge. Stay alert, decipher the small clues, and regain control of your spending. Share your thoughts and experiences with us as we navigate this tech-driven world. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe to our channel.